Hello, hello. Happy Monday, lovers. I hope you have a wonderful week. So, I was just thinking, looking back, the way that humans we used to connect, the way they used to flirt, the way they used to meet. I remember when, you know, time ago, when, like internet and all this stuff was like a booming stuff and it's starting. I remember that I used to go to cyber cafes, and this is how we used to know, computers and with access to internet. And I remember that, well, one of my first things was like looking something, like uh, crazy and stuff. But also, I used to get like very excited when I was like getting into this group chats, and you couldn't, talk with people, around the world. I remember one of my first experiences was like with talking with the guy from Spain about, sexuality and stuff. And it was very kinky. It was like I used to get excited about it, with a stranger you never seen. But all this stuff is being make me question, like how technology has been involved in the way that we connect. And of course, the question is it really like artificial intelligence make it more easier for us to connect regardless of which part of the world are you? Well, I'm just based on my experience, like when I was a kid and I was attracted to a kid, and then at least I used to like too much. I used to write down, like notes, and even though, I got rejected, but that was my way to express my interest to somebody. I used to, like write love letters to the person at the time, and I don't know, the communication obviously was more natural, it was more human. Nowadays, with dating apps and with all this technology, I'm just like thinking, like, I'm feeling like we are losing kind of like our humane way to connect with other people. So I was asking ChatGPT, of course, what is actually how technology might change intimacy in the future. So in this episode, so once we want to explore how technology reshape the human connection, the romance, the sexuality, the emotion bonding, and relationships. The discussion, espresso, no, oh, just say hi. That's it. Bye. All right. And the discussion can balance, the excitement and concerns and ethics, in general, as a humans. So the main discussion here is just imagine to fall in love with a model that someone created with a computer. I mean, obviously, I'm not trying to be perfect, but just the think that a computer can generate something that I will fall in love. I mean, I don't know you, but that's kind of creepy, to be honest. And we have good examples. We have movies about it. How like AI has become even like a method to a way that you can ask questions, and it seems like it. AI knows you better than possibly like people around you. So but what happens with virtual intimacy, and it feels safer than the real relationship? Okay, so when I started doing content, so I was looking for opportunities. There is once that there was an ad that I saw it, and I applied. So we were supposed to be in the penthouse, but it was the job. It wasn't actually the what I thought it was. Like it was looking more like for like companions or people, that wants to be, like with you for dinner, whatever, like a company kind of thing. So it turned around, and actually, it was completely the opposite. So basically, these people was recruiting girls for webcams, and they were telling us, how safe it is because you don't have to interact directly with people. And I would say that at the beginning was fun, but then I was like, I mean, you have to like touch yourself over and over and over just because people wants to watch you. And it was a scam, to be honest. But that made me think, like I'm a consumer of dating apps. I was a consumer of course technology, like everybody. But now it's like feels like everybody depends on that, and they don't show themselves, like they don't open the real human they are inside, and it's kind of like, this is why I don't like to text. I mean, like, I'm not a big texter because I want to feel the energy of the person, like I want to hear the voice. And those things are kind of like, now they're taking over when we need to be more human. But anyway, so this is like how technology already changed intimacy. It is. I mean, I'm not saying that before, like before when no, there was no cell phones, there was no cameras. There were, but so basically, what we were doing, I was taking a picture and then printed it out and send it, by mail, whatever. I mean, there always been a way to communicate in when it comes to relationships. But here it says, social media influencing attraction and validation, sexting and digital flirting. I did it myself, and it was fun. But all of a sudden, starts getting like, I mean, I just don't feel like I'm touching that person. They're like, I'm not feeling it. Also, online communities helping people explore identity safety, but technology has made connection easier, but sometimes commitment harder. I'm the type of person that I committed with someone that I love, but not in the traditional way. As I told mentioned friends, that I can love you without the commitment to be 24/7, because I don't believe in that. I believe that we should have our freedom to choose who we want to spend our times with, and not necessarily and the way that that person belongs to me. But talking back about it says here that are people more connected but more lonely. Okay, for me, loneliness is not a bad thing. For me, loneliness is the time that you have to explore yourself, to understand yourself, to see what you like, what you don't like. I feel like loneliness is comparing to freedom, and freedom cannot be compared to anything else, because at the end, it's yourself expressing or being with whoever, right? So, has convenience reduced emotional depth? Probably not, because there is people, that now that I'm thinking, there's a lot of people that they're going through a lot, and we cannot judge people. We just try and understand, but understand us too. So it's just funny because AI is becoming more like a psychologist, like a partner for some people, and that's crazy to think that you are reliant on a computer to fulfill your feelings. Doesn't make sense. Anyway, chatbots providing emotional support, virtual girlfriends and boyfriends, personal, personalized AI intimacy. I mean, like, I do not believe that a man and a woman can be replaced by a computer. You know, actually, as a matter of fact, did you know that in Vegas there is this street club, and it's managed by robots. I mean, so what you're going to see, it's a robot and the dancing and the pole, and I like how. I mean, how can you possibly get excited to watch Hey, Robert, you tell me, please tell me. Try, I'm trying to understand, but I think people's minds are limitless. I think that it's crazy to think, but I wish we could go back to the love letters and more like how we share our thoughts in the more human way, not necessarily throughout a computer. And anyway, I'm just saying, like technology is coming to stay and replace, and it's kind of scary. But you cannot replace love. I mean, what is love for you? Well, that's a personal question. But to me, love is touching, it's expressing, it's talking, it's sharing, and I just can. I mean, okay, I have fun too, with dating apps and all this stuff. But nowadays, it's just like it's exhausting. So that's why I'm just like I'm not even interested in because what I'm trying to find is a real connection. Now, how am I going to get a connection if I'm not even? I don't even leave my home. But I will say that personally, I believe that technology, you can use it absolutely for a lot of benefits. They also have things against it, like cons. But why do you think it's better nowadays with technology? Is it easier for you to connect with other people? Or, like for example, like I get requests in social media, and I'm trying to be friendly with everybody because not necessarily being friendly doesn't mean you're flirting, right? But I just hate when somebody's like, hey, ah, don't do that. If you're gonna talk to someone, don't do that, okay? Be you, be yourself, be nice. The first approach is the most important thing. So, and with technology, people kind of like forgot how to be humans. I don't know. Maybe it's me. I don't know. What do you think? So, anyway, I'm gonna leave you with the meaning of the week. Thank you for stopping by and share this little time with me, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye.